Microsoft accounts are getting stolen and no one is talking about it. This story starts with my friend telling me to log into Skyblock in an emergency because someone stole billions of coins and hundreds of hours of work from our profile. I rushed on, only to find out it was our other friend and third co-op member who quit Minecraft that had been hacked. Apparently, he clicked on a link and within 5 minutes his account was gone. Even if he pressed a link, shouldn't it be more difficult than that to break into an account? This story piqued my interest, so I decided to investigate a little further. The first thing I did was look at my own Microsoft account to make sure no one was trying to get into my account too. I mean, obviously no one would be, right? I would know about it. Let's see. Call me Mr. Worldwide because I got fans all over the world. Oh my. This goes back and back and back for months. Yo, sorry to interrupt the video like this, but what are you doing? Yeah, I see you. You right there. The subscribe button, not pressed in Silver Summer. That's right. I'm uploading as often as I can this summer. So subscribe right now. So if you don't know, each of these is an attempted login onto my account. Luckily, all of them were unsuccessful. But if one of them was successful, I probably wouldn't be in my Minecraft account right now. So to break down how it's possible that there could be this many attempted logins on my account without me having any idea, let's start with what's needed in a Microsoft account login. For my account that I hastily set up for the Microsoft Mojang account merge, all someone needed was a username and a password and they were in. Of course, I assumed that if anyone failed to break into my account, I'd receive an email alerting me. However, throughout these months of attempted break-ins every day, and honestly, every hour, I never got one email. If we take a look at the Microsoft account login page, you first enter an email. If I try to use an email that doesn't have a Microsoft account link to it, like just some random spam, we'll be informed so. However, if I use an email that does have a Microsoft account link to it, I'm going to use, starbucks@gmail.com as an example. We'll get prompted for a password, or we can press forgot password. If I were to simply enter the correct password here, I would get into the account, and that's that. If I have it set up correctly, I should receive an email that a successful login took place. If this was a hacker who knew my email and my password, I'd only have a minute or two to change my password and save my account. If I get the password wrong, then it gets logged with the rest of the attempts and I don't receive an email or any notice unless I log into my Microsoft account and decide to check it out on my own. The other option on this screen is pressing forgot password, which will prompt you to input a code sent to your email. Because pressing forgot password sends you this email, it alerts you to someone trying to get in and blows the hacker's cover. The hackers obviously don't want to sound the alarm, so if they didn't know my password, why bother with all these failed login attempts? To answer that, we need to take a brief detour into the world of cybersecurity. A quick lesson in databases and brute forcing. To start, the hackers obviously need an email that's attached to a Microsoft account. Well, if we just head over to haveibeenpwned.com, which I'll leave below, we can see, for example, if I type in Microsoft@gmail.com, that our password has been in 11 security breaches. Basically, every single time that a company gets hacked and you see it online, millions of accounts leaked, that's all of these. So somebody had an account, Microsoft@gmail.com, all of these different websites, and all of these got exposed somehow, and the person's email was in all of these. So a hacker could have gone into any of these leaks, saw your email in there, and then tested it out on the Microsoft login window, and if it prompted them for a password, they knew it was a chance for a golden ticket. But how in the world could a hacker know your password? Well, just like how your email might have been exposed in a data breach, so too could your password. Which means that if you're someone who uses the same password on every website, you can kiss goodbye to your account. But even if you're not, the hacker has one more trick up their sleeve, and this time it's from the world of psychology. Humans, unfortunately, are creatures of habit and pattern. They like putting the same password for things because it's easy. But humans also like using passwords that aren't unique. When a whole list of passwords is online, for example, the RockU 2024 10 billion password leak, hackers can just use the list of all those passwords and repeatedly try each password one at a time using a robot until they have the one that logs them into your account. This is called brute forcing. My best guess in the case of my Microsoft password is that this is what the hackers were doing. They had a list of common passwords people tend to use and were hoping I wasn't aware of how bad an idea it is to use 123 as my password. And odds are it probably would have worked. After all, 19% of people say they use password as their password. This is the reason why some websites will make you use capitals and special characters to force you to be unique. Okay, So the hackers first found a list of emails and common passwords, tested which ones were linked to a Microsoft account, and guessed easy passwords until they got into yours. Now that they have access to your account, how could they possibly take it forever in just 5 minutes? The answer to this is actually the exact same process you can use right now to protect your account. If your account is not secured with anything other than a password, and the hackers know your email and password, they can just change all your account information to theirs. That's right, they kick you out of your account so you can't log back in. Then they change your email with theirs to get continued access to the account. They change the password to something you don't know that's probably not on the list of common passwords, and then they do the most important step: add two-factor authentication. Taking another trip back to the password entry screen, if you select Forgot Password, you'll receive an email code to use to log in and be prompted to change your password to something you'll remember in the future. The most efficient way to stop a hacker is to make them need more information to break into your account. When we forgot our password here, we needed our email to get back in. But why shouldn't we also need access to that email to get in along with knowing the password? Just that one minor step will make things a lot more secure. The hacker is going to need to break into your email account and know your Microsoft password to get in. This is where two-factor authentication comes into play. The first factor is your password, and the second factor is a code from your email. Now, every time someone tries to log in with your email and your password, you get notified about it first. And I can't stress this enough, they now can't get in unless they've hacked your email too, which is another reason why you shouldn't be using the same password for everything. So that's the problem solved, right? Well, not fully. What would be even better is if we also changed which email the Microsoft account is linked to. To be even more safe, let's choose to have our Microsoft login come from an email that's not in a database whatsoever, so the hackers can't even take the first step to breaking in. We can check whether email has been leaked, again, through the Have I Been Pwned website. Just make sure it says no breach is found. Once we know which email we want to use, open up this question mark in the Microsoft account settings after you log in, go to Account Security, and then press Change How You Sign In. Now, scroll down and press the Sign In button. If you scroll down on that page, you'll see an option to turn on two-step verification. Please turn this on, add another account, and lastly, there should be an option on there to change your aliases. Changing alias means changing which email you need to enter in order to log in. Please make sure this email, again, is not in any databases. And lastly, if you get prompted with a new recovery code for your account, make note of it somewhere safe, like on a physical piece of paper, and it can be used in a worst-case scenario if someone breaks into your account to get it back from Microsoft. Now, there's only one thing left to talk about. I mentioned at the very start that my friend said he pressed a link, and that's why his account was stolen. Unfortunately, I don't know much about this, but I'll look into it more and make an update video if I find anything. If anyone out there knows anything about this as well, reach out to me or comment down below, and maybe we'll see if we can figure something out together. Well, that's it, and thanks for watching. Go check your Microsoft account right now. Seriously. Come on, go. Don't click on the video. Come on. Right now. You'll thank me later.